Hey, what's up, Scarecrow fam? It's Random Ninja, and it's Wednesday, so you know we want to be telling you what we're watching. What? So, I love telling you about movies on Tubi, and what I'm going to tell you about is not only on Tubi, but apparently it's a Tubi original, which I didn't even know they made those until this one. Anyway, it's called Corrective Measures. Stars Bruce Willis and Michael Rooker. Now, I was afraid this was going to be a bit of a bait and switch, like they were going to get top billing, and then when I watched it, they were going to be in it like 5 minutes. Happy to say that's not the case. They have large roles in the film. And to give you a little idea what this movie's about, it's based on a graphic novel of the same name by a fella named Grant Chastain. And I would compare it kind of like in the vein of like The Boys, if you're familiar with that show on Prime. Kind of that borrowing characteristics of well-known superheroes and stuff. But having different names. I think you know what I'm talking about. If not, check out The Boys. Anyway, this is all about a prison that holds supervillains. Very cool. Like I said, you got Michael Rooker in there. You got Bruce Willis. You got some other people I'm not as familiar with. You do see there are some other familiar faces. If you like that kind of stuff, please check it out. Like I said, it's on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. It's free. Check it out. And the other one I want to tell you about is also on Tubi, of course, because I only pretty much talk about free movies. I don't want to tell you about something to watch unless you can watch it. Now that's just me. So the other movie is it's kind of ridiculous and silly. It's an R-rated one for sure. Some people call it the R-rated Joe Dirt. It's called Run, Ronnie, Run. It came out in 2001. Well, it was made in 2001. It didn't come out till like 2003. Which, I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't find a distributor for it. But like I said, it's pretty much like the main character is played by Dave Cross. You may know him from Arrested Development or a lot of other stuff. Dave Cross in a lot of stuff, Mr. Show with Bob and Dave, which this also has Bob in it too. Or you may want to say, y'all know him as Saul from Breaking Bad or Saul from Better Call Saul. Bob Oldenkirk. Anyway, Dave Cross plays the title character Ronnie. And Ronnie is this, like I said, like kind of a Joe Dirt character, like an R-rated Joe Dirt. I mean, he's just the typical mullet-having, cut-off-wearing, redneck, white trash kind of guy. And he's always drinking and always getting in trouble. And this is the whole point of the movie, is that you ever watch that show Cops? I mean, we all know about Cops. Bad boys, which... Okay, he's pretty much a one-man cop show, but he's not the cop. He's the guy that they're arresting all the time. Man, it's a real funny movie. Like I said, it came out in the early 2000s. There's a lot of people you see in this movie that would become more noticeable later. I won't say who they are. You'll recognize them. It also stars the lovely Nikki Cox, if you remember her. Really funny movie, kind of slapstick, got some laugh out loud scenes. Again, it's R-rated, so although it doesn't really have like nudity or gore in it, I mean, there's a little bit of blood, but it's definitely a raunchy adult humor, language, drinking, and just all around crazy tomfoolery. Anyway, those are my two suggestions for y'all to check out. And so, anyway, what are you watching, Sam?
All right, thanks a lot, James. What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's Uncle Sam, and we're back for another What We're Watching Wednesday. This week, I want to hit you with some Taylor Sheridan shows. Unlike James, somebody's paying for these because they're on Paramount Plus. Okay, find somebody with a subscription that cares for you enough so that you can watch this. I'm going to go with this week. I want to talk about 1883. And I want to also talk about 1923. Both of these shows are prequels to the famous Yellowstone, which came out on Paramount Plus. Then CBS started running it on their regular show. Yeah, everybody loves this show. I watched the first 2 seasons of it. I haven't got completely caught up on it yet, but I plan to. Taylor Sheridan was on the Joe Rogan Experience. I think it was last week. And in his interview, he was talking, and I hadn't actually seen 1883 yet. I've seen a bunch of his other movies and a bunch of his other TV shows. Tulsa King, Special Ops Lioness, Mayor of Kingstown, Hell or High Water, Wind River. There's a bunch. The list goes on. He's a very good writer and producer and director. I'm a big fan. Plus, he's a Texas boy, so it's just kind of like win-win-win. You know, he's a big fan of Lonesome Dove. I guess that's where he gets some of his inspiration from. So that's like, I'm like, awesome. You know, I'm like down for it. So like I was saying, 1883 is where you find the origin of the Dutton family, or the story, you know, starting there as they're moving from Tennessee to Fort Worth up to Oregon. They don't make it to Oregon. Everybody knows Duttons live in Montana. So, spoiler alert, they don't make it to Oregon. And then 1923 picks up where 1883 left off. The cool part in 1883 is you have Tim McGraw, who is actually a really good actor, and he does such a good job in this show, man. I've always enjoyed him in acting roles. He's starring along with his wife, who plays his wife in the show. So Faith Hill's also in it, and you have the immortal Sam Elliott, just freaking being him, bro. And so after that's done, we pick up in 1923, which 1883 is very Western style. 1923 is that turn. We're now in the 20th century, and we have motor cars and we have electricity, and one of the Dutton sons is overseas in Africa, and it's a really good story. So he's on his way back to Montana, and you have the Duttons that are doing their thing. You have Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren are playing it. So those are top-notch actors right there, both of them. And the second season's coming out here soon, so we're looking forward to that. Man, this went a little bit longer than I expected it to, but thankfully you hung in there, because I have some good news. We have a new episode of Random Ninjas Funko Pop Fridays coming out in a couple of days, so make sure to check that out. Just a little heads up, it's gonna be the best there ever was. All right, love you guys, peace.